Hi guys, welcome to another sketchbook tour. I'm really excited to show you guys this sketchbook. So first of all, let me just tell you a little bit about it. So I made this one from scratch. I did the book binding, the paper I didn't make from scratch. I bought the paper and then I turned it into a text block, bound it together, and I made the cover out of cardboard and fabric and a lot of glue. So this isn't like my most perfectly made sketchbook, but it was the first one that I made completely from scratch. And the paper is Canson mixed media graduate paper. I just have a calico critter sticker from AliExpress on the cover and the cow print fabric I thrifted. I also used it for the waistband of this skirt that I just made. That'll be in my next vlog, but yeah, so let's just get into it. I really like doing a collage to start off my sketchbooks. Just a collage mostly of stickers, and the little cows at the bottom are printed off from a scan of 90s stickers from San X. And then the Iowa State Fair art was so beautiful this year. I didn't get to go, unfortunately, but yeah, this sketchbook I started on September 10th and finished on December 2nd. So, that'll be just under 3 months to finish. And the first couple pages are just swatches of my main materials that I was using. I've got my Tombow markers and my cheaper version of the Tombow markers. They're King Art. I got them at Marshall's, but I think they're also just at Walmart. And I have some colored pencils, my Sharpie Creative markers, and then all of my Neocolor 2s with and without water. And then my all of my watercolors, and also my one Holbein gouache. So first actual art piece is a sunset based off of real life sunset that I saw from my porch. And I think I did this based off a photo of it, and it's just watercolor. And then the clouds are Neocolor 2, and the trees are construction paper that it's painted black with gesso and then glued to the page. I really like this and would love to do more landscapes in this style because this is so cute. And then this next page is a little collage of calico critters based off of a set of calico critters I have. I can insert the little gifs I made of them spinning around so you can see what the guys actually look like. But these drawings, I think I did them during work, the day that I got the critters. And then I just collaged them onto the background of the packaging, which I just love how this turned out. I would love to do this with more of my calico critter packaging. And then we have some calico critters just drawn with 3 different shades of pink Tombow markers. I really love the baby Persian cat and the Ryan Persian. Big surprise, the character that I've drawn over and over is the one that came out the best. But yeah, these are just drawn straight in marker with no sketch, so some of them are a little wonky. And then just some drawings with my Sharpie Creative markers. I was just trying to think of things that were kind of in this more primary color palette. Primaries in green. And I didn't actually fully finish the spread. There's still some empty space, but whatever. And then I got some diamine not sure how it's pronounced, but ink from them that's just called pink, straight up. And I'm pretty sure I did these doodles at the laundromat. Maybe not the whole page, but I know I drew some of these at the laundromat. Like, I'm pretty sure that switch I drew at the laundromat. I was trying really hard to get a shiny Fue Coco, and I filled up like so many boxes with Fue Cocos, and I did not get a shiny one. My other favorites on this page are the little DS. I thought was really cute, but my absolute favorite is the drawing of me and my best friend. Next page, there's not much to say about it, just a cursed ditto, a little self-portrait, Muku Muku from Story Seasons of Wonderful Life. That's my girl. Love Muku Muku. And then next page is some Pokemon drawn with my Sharpie Creative markers, and the line art, I think I just used a Tombow, just the skinny side of a Tombow, and might have used a little bit of pen as well for the thinner lines. But yeah, this is mostly just like copying their art style, but it was still cute. And then these are sketches that I did for a flyer I made for a local show. It was a show that my best friend booked. This was like right after I was playing Cult of the Lamb, so definitely this was the vibe. But those are the sketches, and then I took a photo of this sketch on the right and finished this up on my iPad. And then this art hang party was so fun. So we had just a description of the animal and 2 minutes to draw that based on the description. Then we saw the photo and we had 1 minute. And then we did another timer for 2 minutes looking at the photo, and then 5 minutes. And wow, that really worked, because I think if I'd gone straight into this 5-minute drawing of the squirrel, it would have looked like shit. But because I like practiced it twice before, it's a beautiful drawing of a squirrel. I never would have thought I could draw a squirrel like that. There's a lot of texture here. I'm realizing now I said it was the Canson mixed media paper. It's not. This is the Canson graduate watercolor paper, which is a lot more textured than the mixed media paper. And I definitely prefer the mixed media paper. This is way too much texture for me, especially because it's not the same on each side of the page. Like, just one textured page and one smooth on the back of the page. But yeah, then we had this like spotted cat that we did, and then a duck. I love how my picture of the duck with no reference turned out. I thought that was so cute. And then the final, it's good, but it's scary. It's definitely a lot more realistic than I'd usually draw. And then another squirrel. This one kind of looks more like a groundhog, but I do believe it was a picture of a squirrel. This one's so cute. For both the squirrels, I drew like just a calico critter squirrel, because I couldn't think of what a squirrel actually looked like without a reference. But I knew what a calico critter squirrel looked like without a reference. Or I guess these are technically called chipmunks, I think. This guy that I drew. Anyway, I think this drawing's so cute. And then this one, the one without a reference, is like my favorite. It's so cute. Little guy eating the flower. The final product looks a little creepy. I think maybe if I made his eyes yellow instead of like gray, it would have looked better. But I was trying to do like a minimalist color thing. And then we had like a flying duck here, and I again couldn't think of what a duck looked like. So I drew a squishmallow mallard duck, because I knew what that looked like off the top of my head, because I bought one for my best friend. And yeah, that was that whole art hang party. It was so fun. And then this next page is just some 2 of the Halloween Build-A-Bears, the candy corn cinnamon roll, and the zombie pom-pom print, which I wanted so bad, but they were sold out of them by the time I was trying to get one. So Didn't get one, unfortunately, but I do have this zombie, My Melody, that I got at Five Below. I'll try to insert a picture of her. This sketchbook has a lot of art hang parties in it, and this next page is another art hang party. We like pre-blobbinated our pages with paint, and then just drew a bunch of mushrooms over top. At first I was kind of trying to line them up to, colors that were more accurate to them, but obviously that wasn't the case for all of them. But this was such a fun session. This is a local building, actually the building that was in my last vlog, where that show was. Didn't actually finish it though. It was a very complicated Victorian house, and the proportions were not lining up, and I was getting really frustrated. But I really wanted to do this just graphite drawing of the house, and then I was gonna paint just the background like hot pink. It was gonna be really cute. I should definitely try that again, because I think I might be able to do a little bit better on it this time. This I'm not really happy with as a full spread. Let's just ignore the left page. The right page is a lot cuter. I love this black and white drawing of a strawberry. I spent a really long time on that. And then I had the idea for this strawberry character, but it just wasn't really translating. And there's a little collaged strawberry as well. And then this next page also has a little bit of collage. This was before I was as into collage as I am now. But yeah, I just cut out some pink stars. And this is based off of Stephen King's book, Under the Dome. I listened to that on audiobook and loved it. Not sure if I would have been able to get through that huge book actually reading it. But it was a great audiobook. So yeah, this was inspired by that. Then we have another art hang party. We're drawing some candy. Had some 30-second warm-ups and 3 minutes. And I think the second page is mostly just 3 minutes. I know I took longer than I was supposed to for the Smarties, though, because I did not want to leave that unfinished. Apparently they're Smarties. It's not what Smarties look like here. Here we got those little chalk things that the kids smoke. Or I don't know, did that happen in anyone else's school, or was it just my school where you'd break up? I didn't do it. But the kids would break up the Smarties inside the plastic tube, and then you could kind of puff on it, and it would make a cloud of what looked like smoke, but it was just Smartie dust. So that's what Smarties make me think of. And yeah, then these quick little doodles of some boxes. We got some ice cream and these nerds. I did this little page of studies of the design for the nerds characters, because I did not capture them very well on the box, but I love how the box says now plumper. So cute. I was just on a kick of doing, I think, art hang party replays at this point. I don't think any of these were done live, but we got butterflies. Love butterflies. That's what I'm all about. Yeah, so we got a lot of single line quick studies, and then I did watercolor and neocolor together for these, which I love how they turned out. I would love to draw some more butterflies with this kind of combination of materials. I should definitely do that. And then I also used I was also using a Tombow marker, I think, for some of the black lines. And yeah, these were pretty cute. This next spread I really, really like. So I saw this sweater and this skirt from 2 separate posts on Tumblr, and I thought they'd look so cute together. And so I just drew a random girl wearing those with little yellow tights and brown Mary Janes. And the books were actually from like a little local magazine thing, and that was from a page about our library. And then the opposite page is just a little quilt that I drew. I think I went back and filled this in later after I'd done another quilt later on. Though we'll talk about that one later. But yeah, that was a cute spread. And then love this Tamagotchi spread. The black and white drawing here is based off of a plushie I got, a Memechi. It's so cute. I love the like pixelated face, and I love his body. Like, you might think this looks disproportional, but this is what the plush looks like, and I absolutely love it. I'll definitely have to include a picture of him. And I also have gotten a matching Kuchipachi plush since then. That was a present from my partner for Christmas. Yeah, I think that was a Christmas present. This is around when I started playing Tamagotchi Adventure Kingdom as well. So I drew my little crew. If you have Apple Arcade, I would highly recommend Tamagotchi Adventure Kingdom. It's so cute and fun. And yeah, this is when I got my Tombow Fudanesque brush pens, and I was like testing them. And then the opposite page, can't remember his name, but this is a character from the Echoes of Wisdom Zelda game that just came out last year, and I just drew this while I was watching my partner play it. This next page is one of my most iconic drawings. This is like the drawing of mine that's gotten the most love online. It has like 17,000 notes or something on Tumblr. But yeah, it's just a quilt of things I love. And the background is my Holbein acrylic gouache, the hot pink. And yeah, just lots of things I love. Like, we got some Sanrio characters, we got Waddle Dee, we got Atama, we got a Pikmin, all kinds of cute guys. I love this piece, and I really want to turn it into a quilt someday, but I'd also like to do more drawings like that. And then here we have a free draw frenzy, and this was 80s week, so I wore one of my vintage 80s sweaters. I have a lot of clothes in the 80s, like the shirt I'm wearing right now is in the 80s. But anyway, yeah, we drew Pound Puppy and Strawberry Shortcake and some icons of the 80s like Prince. And then the movie poster for The Breakfast Club didn't finish in time, but I think I did a fairly good job capturing like their personalities. Not, their likenesses aren't perfect, of course, but anyway, then I did a single line drawing, Ferris Bueller's Day Off movie poster, and then I think this is Olivia Newton-John and Tom Hanks. And then the Pound Puppy on the right I did after the session, because I was just thinking about Pound Puppies. I have quite a collection of them. I'll have to insert a picture of those as well. But yeah, that was based off of one of the ones in my collection. And then I love this drawing of this kitty getting a basket of apples. This was based off of someone's picture of their calico critter on Tumblr. And yeah, I just wanted to turn it into a full illustration, and I love how it turned out, especially with the sky, and like the mossy green texture on the log house. So cute. And then the opposite page is just more random calico critters. I think my favorite one on this page is definitely the little penguin. Most of these are ones in my collection, but some of them were based off pictures online, like the little guy in a star costume was someone's homemade costume online. And then we have some little rainbow pencil doodles. I love the Pikmin. I love everything on this page. This is so cute. And then Moo Dang, of course, icon, had to draw her. And then this was a Scribble Brigade session with Sophie McPike. Just got some, I think it was called like Loosening Up with Florals. And yeah, I don't love the paint splatter thing I tried, but well, I tried it. Very mixed media. There's watercolor, Neocolor 2s, and Sharpie Creative markers, all working together to make those flowers happen. This is Froggy, my Build-A-Bear frog, under a quilt reading a book. It's The Last Unicorn, of course. Yeah, I just had this idea and really wanted to do a quilt. A lot of these squares are based off of panels that were in my my quilt that I had in my childhood. And then this big bouquet of flowers was also from the Scribble Brigade floral session. And I love this. I love how loose it is. It's really pretty. This was around Halloween. No, it wasn't. Wait, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was, because this was started in September. Okay, so we have Mametchi and many different Halloween costumes. The spider one's my favorite. And then these are two little plushies I got. Just cheap little Walmart plushies, but got a little crow and a witch's hat and a little rainbow spider. And we named them Spooky and Silly. And then, yeah, this is around when I mixed my Diamine Pink ink into a water brush pen. So just had some like watered down ink, and oh my god, that has changed my life. I use it all the time. It's such a perfect bright pink. Doesn't always pick up super well on camera because it's pretty neon, which was surprising because like the ink, I mean, you can see on this page the ink unwatered down is obviously not neon, but it's such a pretty shade of pink. And I love this Ryan Persian as per usual, and I also love the little fish I did. I wish you could see it better, but the ink was a little more watered down than it needed to be. This was also based off of Tamagotchi Adventure Kingdom. I didn't really finish this as initially intended. I was going to draw the whole patchy forest, or I was going to like take different elements of patchy forest and kind of combine them all, but so much green all together. I was just kind of over it. So there was like, 3/4 of the spread was white, so I just drew a giant Coochie Patchy. And then this is one of my favorite spreads in this sketchbook. It's me in an outfit I wore to a show. The band on my shirt is Inferna. It's one of my favorite shirts, mostly because it's Periwinkle. Love Periwinkle. And then the opposite page has Mimichi and one of my Tamagotchis and these super cute little daisies. I just love how this whole spread looks together. I love the colors. I love how the Tama turned out. I was going to draw like a pixel art Tama on the screen, but I just decided to leave it as is. And then this next page has something that was a little more experimental for me. I don't really draw like realistic animals often, but I spent a really long time on this one doing like the texture of the hair, and yeah, I thought it turned out pretty cool. Definitely a good learning experience, even though it's not perfect. Like the proportions of the eyes are definitely off, but that's fine. And then the other page just has a silly little doodle that says, "Is it possible for Uppy kitties to be friends? Friendest forevs." That's just a silly Tumblr post. This next spread was another art hang party. It was like build a farm scene. Didn't actually finish it though, but I did really like this yellow underpainting. I just think it needed more needle color on it. And also less texture because that makes the Neo color look so splotchy. We got some bunnies holding hands surrounding a star. This is based off of something I did in an earlier sketchbook. And then this is one of my calico critters saying I'm a star, quoting Pearl, Queen Pearl. And yeah, this was such a cute little drawing. I love the little pearl on the like collar piece, the pearl button. And then here's Squirmy the worm. You might be familiar with him because I talk about him all the time. He's just one of my plushies. And yeah, just some flowers, playing with mixing Tombow markers and Neocolor 2s, and then also the pink ink and the water brush pen. And looks like I used some actual pen there as well. So lots of different things going on. And then this was based off of a picture of two birds that I saw kissing, but probably just sharing food. But yeah, I did a little pink underpainting for them as well. And this is like right when I was first getting into drawing birds. And yeah, I really liked how those birds turned out. So I drew a bunch more birds on the next page. Did this like green parrot that was really pretty. I really like the setup of this page. And then here is another art hang party. This was a big moment for artistic growth for me, doing these 100 cats in 100 minutes. Like, I learned a lot. It just made me be a lot more comfortable with drawing animals in general. And yeah, there's so many cute ones. I'll just show you all the different ones. Yeah, I would love to turn some of these into stickers because they're so cute. Like maybe just a little page of stickers with some of these guys, the cuter ones, and some of them are a little crazy, but that's what happens when you try to draw a cat in only a minute. I think I was using a blue micron for this, and then the little boxes I did with my pink ink. And then, yeah, after doing 100 cats in 100 minutes, then I spent probably close to 100 minutes on one cat. Maybe less. But, yeah, I tried again drawing a more realistic animal, just like I did a few pages ago, using my Neocolor 2s to get that, like, fur texture. And then I think I used the Sharpie Creative markers to do the highlights on the eyes. And then here's more kitties, some of my favorite cats. We got Garfield, we got Kiki from Animal Crossing, and Mo from Animal Crossing. Mo is my absolute favorite Animal Crossing villager, and I love how I drew him here. He's so silly. And then the opposite page is plushies that someone had made. Their username is the Chad Factory, and they made these cute little plushies named Bink and Borp. So I painted them with acrylic paint, actually, which is not something I do very often. So that was quite a learning experience for me. It was very cheap paint, though, so it was a little difficult to work with. And then these two apples were apples I used to make apple pie, actually. But I drew these from life first with my Neocolor 2s, and then all the pink is the ink we were just talking about. And then I did some little cupies in different little apple hats and bows. And then just a little apple with a cupie face on it. And then the next page is some Smiskies. I think this is before I actually owned a Smisky. I'm pretty sure. And then the right page is just one Smisky reading a book with some clovers. This was based off of a photo that someone took of this reading Smisky, like just sitting in a patch of clover. The line work is Sharpie Creative markers, and then they're just colored in with watercolor. This was another one of the Scribble Brigade loosening up with florals, I do believe. And then another Scribble Brigade. This was, I think we just had a minute to do each of these little tiny landscape thumbnails, and the goal was just to simplify them as much as possible. I think I started getting it more towards the end. I was definitely like overcomplicating it in my head at first. But yeah, that was cute. And then I drew a little beta fish with the pink ink and my some Prismacolor pencils, the neon pink and neon orange, and then some Neocolor 2 and Tombow markers. Those are all incorporated there to make that beta fish. And then I did some more studies of beta fish. They're all drawn like a little bit differently, different materials, different style, but my favorite one is the blue and red one that was watercolor and then ink on top, like fountain pen ink with my dip pen. And then this is, I love this sketchbook. There's so much work in here that I just love. This Ichigachi, the strawberry Tamagotchi, standing in front of some tulips with some like lavender as well. This was based off of a photo someone had taken of an Ichigachi plush sitting next to some tulips. But definitely took a lot of artistic liberties. Doesn't really look like the photo, but it just gave me the idea. Yeah, the other page is just some little clovers with Neocolors, and then some little daisies with Tombow markers and a little bit of that pink ink. And then here's just a spread about how much I love Froggy, my Build-A-Bear frog in his little Keroppi outfit. I just love him. I spent like a whole day doing this watercolor painting that ended up being so big I had to add a bunch of extensions, which made it really hard to scan. It didn't even fit on the giant scanner at the library. But yeah, this was a really cute little spread. I love this guy. Hug him every night. So this little brown rabbit is part of one of my little Build-A-Bear families. This is like the small Beanie Baby size one. And this, I was really into using the Sharpie Creative Marker Black as liner. Love how thick it is, and I can use it with watercolor. And then the opposite page is some drawings of Berta. Some of my best friends have got this pet rabbit right after we became friends, which was, I don't know, 7 years ago, something like that. And yeah, I love this rabbit. Unfortunately, she did pass away, so these drawings were in memory of her. And they are done with the pink ink and the water brush pen. I had two different mixtures, one with a lot more pink ink. And yeah, these are all based off of actual photos of her. And then this next spread, we got some Furbies and then some lilies based off a photo I saw on Tumblr where it was like they were in front of a black background and it was like they were lit just in the center, so I tried to kind of capture that. The black is black gesso and the neon colors work really well over that. Okay, but back to Miss Berta. I did this spread with some little doodles, kind of brainstorming tattoo ideas because I would like to get a tattoo of Berta someday. I love her. And yeah, this drawing on the right, I did for my friends, and then I went and scanned it and got it printed out at Walgreens so I could, give them a gift the next time I saw them after she had passed. And I also have this printed out on my wall as well. And this is one of my favorite things I've ever drawn. I think it just turned out so well because it was done with a lot of love. I love Berta. And then we have just a spread of some lilies. These were all based off of photos of lilies that my boyfriend had gotten me. And then also a little colorful fish, some stickers, and some stamps. And then this, the drawing on the right is the star of the show here. This is Lammy. You might have seen him in some of my other videos. He's like my absolute favorite plushie from my childhood, the one that I brought around everywhere with me. So a little drawing of him, and then just a little 70s clothespin. I have these clothespins in like pink, blue, and white, so trans colors. And then on the left is just a house that I saw on Tumblr, and then I did these swirls and stars just to give it more interest. And then I could not get this image out of my head because I was really into Tamagotchi Adventure Kingdom. And there's a whole town based off of Mamichi, and that was also when the Uzumaki show was coming out from Adult Swim. And yeah, so the Mamichi town is of course just filled with spirals, so this image was always in my head every time I was playing the game, and it made the what is her city actually called? I don't think it's just called like Meme City, but maybe it is. I don't remember. And then just some little drawings of her based off of like some of the pictures that were on her wiki. And here's just a little self-portrait of me in my favorite sweater and wearing my boyfriend's jacket. And a little idea I had for an animation for my YouTube intro. I would still like to do that. Here's some more drawings of Lammy, 2 different versions. I love the pink one. And I love the chain of bows. I think that's so cute. These were just some random doodles I did or on Thanksgiving. I was at my partner's mom's house, and we'd just gotten me some new markers the night before, so I was trying them out to draw some Animal Crossing guys. And then I drew these 2 pictures of Veronica from Dragon Quest. Don't ask me what number it is. I don't know. I was just watching my partner play the game on the TV on the Switch while I was sitting on the couch doodling. And yeah, here's another character that I fell in love with while watching him play, Sylvando. So great. And then we have Ryan Persian fighting a little rainbow slime, and we have a little alien Froggy and a fairy Froggy. That's so cute. And then this is Toast, my sister-in-law's cat. I didn't actually finish the spread because I never did the black parts of her fur on the two on the right because it took so long. But I had wanted to like finish this and like make a print of it to give to Avery for Christmas, but I didn't do it because I didn't finish it. Still kind of want to go back and finish it, but also the sketchbook's been done for almost 6 months, so don't know if that's going to happen. And then I felt really inspired to draw plaid. I saw someone else had like drawn a star that had plaid in it. This plaid was like different color scheme, different design, but yeah, it was just inspired by that. Not sure who the artist is off the top of my head, but this looks nothing like theirs, so it's not copying it directly. But yeah, I drew that little plaid star first, and then I drew this just random girl, just a random cute girl in a cute plaid dress, and then lots of Kirby's with Tombow markers. And that's it. Then it says to be continued, and I pasted in the paper that I'd used, and I always just use the last page of my sketchbook to like clean off my markers and stuff when they get like color transfer on them. So yeah, that is this sketchbook. Yeah, this was a really cool sketchbook. I did a lot of live drawing sessions with Art Hang Party and the Scribble Brigade. Well, I don't think I did very many of them live, if any, but I was just really into doing those replays. And yeah, and then this was the first like completely handmade sketchbook that I did, which is all I do now. So that was a big moment, and yeah, just a lot of artistic growth in here. So really proud of this one. But yeah, thank you so much for watching me flip through this sketchbook. Oh, I didn't say, but this did have a little charm that I had made from a Shrinky Dink of the Harvest Moon cow, the like classic super round design of the Harvest Moon cows, but it broke while I was carrying the sketchbook around with me, sadly. But yeah, I'm just really proud of all the artistic growth that happened in this sketchbook. This is probably the first time I've really looked at it since December, so that was fun looking back through this, and I'm excited to keep showing you guys more sketchbook tours as we continue to go through my stack of sketchbooks that need to be archived in video format. So keep an eye out for that. And I hope you enjoyed. I know this was a long video, but it's a really big, chunky sketchbook. Let's see. I used 2 pads of paper that had a total of 40 pages between those 2 pads of paper, and then I folded them in half, so like 80 pages, and then of course front and back on each one, so like 160 pages, minus 2 because there's one glued to the book on either side, so 158 pages in the sketchbook in just under 3 months. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and if you want a better look at any of these pieces of art, most of them are posted on my Tumblr. Not a lot of them are on my Instagram because I think this was like right before I made an Instagram, or I don't know, but most of this art's on my Tumblr. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you again soon.